Sorry, Prabhu's Matajis. Hare Krishna. Are you able to hear me?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Yes,
Okay.
Prabhuji.
I was in the call and I suddenly got another call and I stopped the recording. So it should be coming as two separate files, I think. Anyway, not worry. So this Ichami Kalen Nayapsya Viplavas. See, when early morning we are starting to do the chanting or Mangalarti, it's much we feel much better, isn't it? Because that is in the Sattva. But in the later, as we proceed further, we see that the modes of passion and ignorance get prominence, isn't it? Yes or no? So, which means the time is having its impact on our body, and as a result, the material modes also has its own impact on our body. But what he is telling in this material world, it will be like that. If we are not spiritually, fully absorbed absorbed completely in service, correct? So we have to understand this point very clearly that this time always has its impact. Whenever we are succumbing to the effects of time, the modes also has its impact. When we have a body which is not affected by the time, place, and circumstances, then the modes also will not have its impact. Because places have their impact, places are covered by modes, isn't it? Right? The circumstances are covered by modes. If you have a mind and body which is not affected by the three things, then it means that we are not affected by time, isn't it? So that's why he's asking Ichami Kalena Nayasya Viplavas, that which is not affected with three modes, which means three modes and the time, because he wants a complete absorption in spiritual service and nothing else. Ichami Kalena Nayasya Viplavas Tasya Atmaloka Avaranasya Mokha. Atmaloka Avaranasya. I want deliverance from this body which is covering me from self-realization. Atma Avarana. It's covering the influence of Atma. These three modes and the body. That is what he is asking for. So, Jijivisha, this was very important. Jijivisha means by hook or crook, I don't want to live anymore. He's saying now that I am almost about to leave, let me leave now. Please give me that thing, he's saying. That's why Krishna gives him, what is that thing? Salokya. Salokya he gave. It's there in the Gajendra prayers anyway. So, I hope that helps. Okay, so now I saw one more question. Who was it? I think Gaurav Prabhu has asked this question. Is expecting mercy of Lord considered good? Interesting question. Who has answer for this? Expecting mercy of the Lord considered good?
Yes.
How many of you say no?
Yeah. All this we are doing it for His mercy, getting His mercy. No. All the austerity we are doing is for getting His mercy.
That's true. But then,
hear me? I would say yes and no both.
Why, Prabhu?
Yeah.
Because yes and no.
Why it is yes? Because we always looking for what Prabhu said. That is right. Always look for mercy. But if we become a pure devotee, we are not even going to look for mercy. Even beyond that, we expect. Automatically, Krishna gives.
So at different levels it is. Yes is at one level and no is at a different level. That we can understand like that. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. But one thing here is that expecting mercy is a good thing. That means we have faith in Krishna that he will give us the mercy, and also that without his mercy nothing will work. That faith is also there. That's why we are asking. We are looking for the mercy of Krishna. If we say I don't care for Krishna's mercy, then there is also arrogance also can be there. Tinge of arrogance can be there also. if we are not mature enough in our devotional service to understand that Krishna's mercy is already there, then we start thinking like. So Krishna himself says in Brahma's that 3:9:29, no, and Brahma completes his prayers. At that time he says, Samaveda Garbhagas Tandrim, Sargam Udyamam Avaha, Tanmaya Paditam Hi Agre, Yanmam Prarthayate Bhavan. If you read the translation, Krishna is telling that the Supreme Personality of Godhead said, "O Brahma, for depth of Vedic wisdom, be neither depressed nor anxious about the execution of creation. What you are begging from me has already been granted before. He is begging for mercy. Already I have granted to you, right? So that is what Krishna is telling, which means, and you want creative potency to be done, and everything is already done. So Krishna has already given the mercy. The devotee thinks like that. No, Krishna has already given the mercy. So my job is to simply just focus on the service. But what they are praying for is, during the course of my service, I should not forget that without you, nothing is working. You are the one who is orchestrating everything. I am only an instrument in your hand. That is the bhav, or the remembrance, or that mood is what the devotees pray for. Successful execution or completion successfully and all these things, they will leave it to Krishna. Right? So there are some beautiful questions like this. I think points like this. Let's. I see there are a couple of hands raised, and there is one more. Yeah, that question I think was that from Suresh Prabhu to begin with.
Prabhuji, I just want to share regarding this that Salokya Sarukya and all
Yes,
that.
Prabhuji. Yes, Prabhuji.
Prabhupada in his Lilamrut says that that in the last days all the devotees wanted him. Prabhupada, you stay another couple of years. We want you. We will need your guidance, and don't leave the body like that. They were urging him. He said, "See, what your opinion and my opinion. I want to know Krishna's opinion. What Krishna wants from me." So that he was telling them. And then another thing is that, see, whether I leave body with my chanting, whether I go to hell or heaven or whatever Vaikuntha, I'm going to chant it. I'm going to chant. I'm not bothered which loka I am. And he was giving an example. If a typewriter, it is in Bhuloka or Swargaloka or Markaloka or whichever loka, it will do typewriting job. So it will not bother like that. I am chanting my job, my japa. That's all, and I'm not bothered which sloka I will go like that. He said. So that I just wanted to say.
Very beautiful point, Prabhuji. This is very important. We have to. It's a very subtle point that Prabhupada has given us. Out of love or out of complete dependence on Guru's mercy, it is natural for disciples to feel like that. A disciple should not start thinking that anyway, after Guru goes, I can live. I think that feeling should not be there. In fact, after the Guru leaves, every moment hankering for the association or remembering the moments or remembering the the transcendental qualities of the Guru. This is the thing that keeps the disciple in close proximity with the Guru. That is very important. But at the same time, the disciple should also see that it's time for us to take the baton from the Guru and run. And because all our bodies we are all going to leave our bodies at some point where definitely. At that point, if we have to, if we want our life to be be an instrument of glorifying our Guru and all the acharyas in our parampara, then we should be setting some example of being a sincere disciple of the Guru, isn't it? They have all set their sincere standards by following Prabhupada's way to the best of their abilities. We also have our life also has to go on. And this cannot happen without the Guru's mercy, right? At the same time, it is impractical to expect them to be with us in physical body forever. They have their own independent connection with Krishna, means exchange with Krishna. Krishna wants them to go to some other planet or come back to them and do some seva wherever. They keep going, parivrajaka. They keep going anywhere and everywhere. But it's the remembrance of the thoughts, the conscious thoughts of serving thoughts of the Guru that really perfects our life. So from spiritual, it's both ways. On the one side, we have to be very intensely attached to the Guru. In fact, in some places, Prabhupada said that the disciple should feel like committing suicide when the spiritual master leaves the body. I mean to say, he should not feel, he will feel that his life is meaningless without the Guru. To that extent, he should be attached. That is one, and he himself was like that. Well, he felt so much distressed, despondent when his Guru Maharaj left. Bhaktistan Saraswati Thakur was completely devastated when Gaurkishore Das Babaji left. So it is that attachment to the Guru is totally at a different thing. It is not material. It looks like material, like they should literally, I mean, that life comes to a stop or a halt when the Guru leaves. But at the same time, like, you also heard this, which Goswami is that? Is that Raghunath Das Goswami? I think it is Raghunath Das Goswami who wanted to commit suicide from jumping from the Govardhan or something. When who left? When Sanatana Goswami left or Chaitanya Mahaprabhu left? One of them left. His guru basically, Rupa Goswami and Sanatana Goswami are his Shiksha gurus, right? So was he the one who wanted to leave the body and then jump and commit suicide? But who advised him? Was it Rupa Goswami? Advised him that no, we have to carry on the mission of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, even though it may be extremely painful for us to live without them. We have to carry on this thing for their glorification. We have to set standard that the disciples of this so and so guru, they are doing all this service by the mercy of the Guru. If the mercy of the Guru, if the value of the mercy of the Guru has to be broadcast to this world, then we are the instruments for that, or we are the examples for that. If to the extent we are pure in our devotional service, in our service to Guru, in following his instructions, serve in his mission, to that extent, Krishna will utilize us in distributing the mercy to the world. And that is how the world becomes aware of their glories. So it's a very interesting combination. So Krishna lives both these things. That's what our acharyas also have taught us. Thank you, Prabhu. That's very nice.
After initiation, the body belongs to Guru, isn't it, Prabhu? Chaitanya
Soul
Mahaprabhu
also.
said.
Soul also.
Soul, acha, body, soul, whole and soul. Whole and soul.
Whole and soul, yeah. Here, whole and soul property of Guru and Krishna. So that is their body means both subtle and gross body. It's very nice. Well, Prabhuji, Piyush Prabhuji is telling something here. Is it not like mercy of Krishna in the form of giving devotional service to Krishna? I'm not able to understand this point. Prabhu, if you are able to unmute and speak.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Yes, Piyush Prabhuji.
I'm audible, Prabhuji.
Yeah.
Yes, Prabhuji. I am asking that the mercy is in the form of devotional service, like that. If we are doing devotional service, that itself means that it is the mercy. We are getting the mercy.
Yeah, every moment we are doing the devotional service, we should remember that it is only the mercy of Krishna that we are doing. I remember long ago, Radhesham Prabhu said this point. Somebody told me, I have not directly heard it from him, but somebody told me that when we chant, every beat we are moving, if you remember that it is only the Guru's mercy that we are able to chant, then our chanting will be really good quality. So he said that is the best way to chant, that without it's his mercy that I am moving this bead. This bead I am chanting Hare Krishna Maha Mantra is a result of Guru's mercy. So like that, if we remember, then our Krishna will appreciate our chanting very much. So in other words, every moment we are in the devotional service, we should be conscious that it's the mercy that is driving us through. Then we will not have any negative feeling that, oh, Krishna is not giving me mercy, right? Asking for mercy from Krishna can also can be out of helplessness. That's a good thing. But it can be that it can be with this mood that Krishna, you have not given me your mercy yet. That is why Krishna is clarifying here that what you are begging for from me is already given to you. So Krishna's mercy is always there. We just have to find it. We just have to realize it. Whenever he has given his mercy in the form of intelligence, he has given his mercy in the form of the opportunity, he has given his mercy in the form of our keeping our health intact, mental and physical health intact. He is giving us his mercy in the form of the association. That mercy can be in the form of people criticizing us. That mercy can be in the form of people finding fault. There also it can come. I read a beautiful thing yesterday. Sorry, I mean, from Bhagavatam only. It's a very interesting thing. I thought it's good to share it here. See, this our Vasudeva was already tortured enough by Kamsa, correct? 36. He was put in the jail, and his children were killed. All those things he did. And then somehow when that change of babies happened, Kamsa had a change of mind and he apologized, and then he released them from the jail, correct? So they lived for some time, for some 10, 12 years, they were living in a peaceful way in the Devaki and Vasudeva, right? But then after the few demons of this Kamsa that he is sending one by one, the demons, Arishtasura is coming, sent by Kamsa, and he is also killed by Krishna. Krishna is around 10, 12 years old that time. Now, at this point, Narada Muni is going and telling Kamsa that this Vasudeva actually exchanged the babies. Your child is growing in Vrindavan. That girl child was born of Yashoda. This boy child was born of Devaki and Vasudeva. So that's how the exchange happened. Immediately Kamsa becomes really angry. He's literally feeling like killing them. So he takes the sword out, and actually he wants to go and kill Vasudeva and Devaki. So at this point, actually Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur asked this question, that does it mean that Narada was inimical towards Vasudeva, that he goes all the way to Kamsa and telling this truth, so that Kamsa will kill Vasudeva and Devaki? Actually, no. Narad Muni is actually he was genuinely wanting. He was feeling the pain of Vasudeva and Devaki, that they are not able to spend time with Krishna and Balram. So he wanted to solve their problem, right? So that is why what he did, he went and told this message to Kamsa. And he also knows that Kamsa's stock of demons have almost depleted. They are almost coming to zero. One more Vyomasura and Keshi are the only two left. Otherwise, all his demons are exhausted. Means finally Kamsa is only pending to be killed, right? So what he's saying is beautifully. I will read this thing. Kamsa, this is 10:36:19. Kamsa is about to go and kill Vasudeva and Devaki, but Narad Muni restrains him. He says, don't kill. There is no use killing Vasudeva and Devaki. He says, your real problem is with Krishna and Balram. So you go and kill them first. or you find ways to kill them. Now, this is where that question is. Why he is telling, why he told first of all to Kamsa, and then he is now stopping Kamsa from killing Vasudeva and Devaki. For the fit of rage that Kamsa is having, he really wanted to kill Kamsa. Sorry, he really wanted to kill Vasudeva and Devaki, right? How did he listen to Narad Muni and stopped from killing them at that point? Because so many of his demons were killed because of Vasudeva's this trick only. So he was so enraged. But that's where Narad Muni is so convincing, you know. He says, telling something very beautifully that we will read from this purport directly, you know. Kamsa realized that there was no use in killing Vasudeva, since it was Vasudeva's sons, Krishna and Balram, who were to kill him. According to the Acharyas, Narada also advised Kamsa that if he killed Vasudeva, the two young boys might flee, and that it was therefore better not to kill him. This is the statement with which Narada Muni convinced Kamsa to not kill Vasudeva. He saved Vasudeva by giving this argument. Got it? This is a very beautiful point, because suppose he kills Vasudeva and Devaki, that news will spread from Mathura to Vrindavan. And in Vrindavan, everybody will start, because Nanda Maharaj is a very close friend and brother of Vasudeva. So he will come to know and they will feel very much in sorrow. Actually, Krishna and Balram will not flee, but to encourage Kamsa, Narad Muni is telling like this, right? Hey, they will flee away. After that, how will you find them? Because they are grown up now. They can easily run away from Vrindavan, fearing that you will kill them. So then how will you catch hold of them? Now at least you know that they are in Vrindavan. Once they flee, then you will again have to send people everywhere to find them out. So that's not going to work. So this is a very interesting argument which convinced Kamsa. See, this is how Narad Muni, while externally it looks like Narad Muni is acting against, he's giving more problems to Vasudeva and Devaki. Actually, his real well-wishing feeling or desire is there for them. He's having that feeling of how should I say, a welfare, looking for their welfare. I'll read further. Rather, Narada recommended Kamsa should bring Krishna and Balram to Kamsa's capital city, Mathura. This was also on the advice of Narad Muni only that Kamsa sent Akrura to bring them. Now, see, it's very interesting. Now, how he is convincing Kamsa that you put them into the prison, again imprison them, who Vasudeva and Devaki. Now, imprisoning is very good because they will not be killed. And when they are imprisoned, Kamsa and he told Kamsa that, see, if you imprison them, Krishna and Balram, if they know that Vasudeva and Devaki are their parents, they have to come to Mathura to release them. So you don't have to worry much. You just have to bring them, ask them to come, they will come. See how nicely Narada Muni is playing with Kamsa's mind here. He's giving his original intention was to save Vasudeva and Devaki from Kamsa. But that is why he is Sura, Asura, Idya, it is said. Both Suras and Asuras, they appreciate him, Narad Muni. He has nobody's, he's not partial. He's just doing everything for everybody's good. Now, the next paragraph is so beautiful. Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti points out that Narada did not act inimically towards the great devotees Vasudeva and Devaki when he revealed his information to Kamsa. Right? In fact, as explained in the 11th canto, Vasudeva was grateful to Narada. Later in the 11th canto, there will be this conversation between Narad Muni and Vasudeva. No? There he is very grateful to Narad Muni and expressing his gratitude, everything. Because he was arranging for Kamsa's death at Krishna's hands. It was Narad Muni who arranged this whole plan to bring Krishna back into Mathura and finish Kamsa. And further arranging for Krishna to come and live in Mathura. If not for Narad Muni's this plan, Krishna would not have come back to Mathura and lived with them for another 12-13 years. Got it? Where his loving father could associate with him. This is how Vasudeva saw Narad Muni's plan. And Kamsa was also very happy with Narad Muni. Hey, thank you so much for revealing this Krishna's whereabouts. Now I can finish him off. This is what Kamsa was happy. Vasudeva was also happy that thank you for bringing this our Krishna. I mean, my son to here. I will be able to spend some time with him after Kamsa leaves. I will be able to spend happy times with him. I don't have to fear for Kamsa every time what he will do to my son, etc., etc. So underlying thing is very, very good thoughts, you see. But externally it will look like, hey, what is this Narada Muni doing, man? Going and telling Kamsa my son's whereabouts. I hid him in Vrindavan so much, in Gokula and Vrindavan, and he is coming and revealing the whole thing. And he is glorified as one of the Janas and everything. So apparently this is the point I made here, is that we should be able to see mercy in even apparently adverse circumstances. That which looks like apparently adverse also is actually favorable only. This is a great, yes, I think Suresh Prabhu is saying this. One bird, one shot, two birds. Yeah, that one. Yeah, he can do many targets. He can finish in just one. So we should be able to see Krishna's mercy even in unfavorable circumstances. That is what we should see. Prabhupada faced so many unfavorable circumstances. End of the day, how the whole thing transpired, you see. Each one of those unfavorable circumstances became his point of glorification for him. And so many books are written, so many people are glorifying, appreciating. Now they are realizing his greatness. At that point, who were, except for some Dudwala and some grocery people in Vrindavan, nobody knew about one Swamiji existing. Right? So Krishna knows when and where and what time, how long the glorification happens. So we don't worry about anything. So that mercy is already there in the form of so many different things. So it's not only the favorable things that we are after. We should be looking at even unfavorable circumstances also in a favorable way. That Krishna's mercy. That's why I just wanted to share this point, because externally it looks like Narada Muni is doing an unfavorable thing to Vasudeva, but actually there is so much hidden inside. Seeing Gaurav Prabhu sharing some quote. Adverse, favorable, unfavorable times, we could try humbly submitting a prayer. Oh God, please give me the strength to see the situation as your mercy, although my intelligence fails to see it. So beautiful, Prabhu. Thank you. Yeah, that is another mercy to Kamsa, that for stop him from doing further, killing further and creating more and more sins for himself. Beautiful, Prabhu. I see one more hand raised from Srivas Narad Prabhu. Hare Krishna Prabhu. Yes, Prabhuji.
Prabhuji, sometime before you were telling about that 5 kinds of liberation, pure devotees will not need that, but they need only devotional service. My question is, like, as a practicing devotee, is it wrong that I aim to go back to Godhead? Because my understanding is those devotees are pure mature devotees. For those mature devotees, is it okay for them to say, I will be staying in this material world and I will do service and I will not need that 5 kinds of liberation? But as a practicing devotee, is it wrong for me to desire to go back to Godhead?
Prabhu, one small correction there, that devotees don't say that we don't want these 5 kinds of liberation. They say we don't want these 5 kinds of liberation. Vina Tvatpada Sevanama, whatever is that verse that it was showing. Vina Matsevanam, Vina Matsevanam yat or something. So if there is, I think 3:29:13, that verse.
Yes, we told that.
Yeah. So here, see, so come up. Vina Matsevanam Janaha. Yes. That is the key point there. Vina Matsevanam means without my service, they will not accept.
So you in this time, at this point, you are telling that suppose I go to Goloka, I will not get service to like Saloke, I go to back to Godhead. I will not get any service So better I be here and do service. Is that what I was trying to understand?
No. Devotees
Okay.
don't think like that. Wherever you put us,
Okay,
what is
including
it?
this.
Okay. We don't have any problem with Sarupi also, but we want service.
Okay.
That is the whole
Understood.
point. So
Okay.
devotees, when they say that Bhavatat Bhakti Rakhait Mama Janmani Janmanishware Bhavatat Bhakti Rakhaitu Kitvayi, they say that I don't mind taking another birth in this world as long as service is there for me. So in other words, Prabhu, devotees see Golok Vrindavan everywhere.
Okay.
When you are mature enough to develop this mood of seeing Krishna everywhere, it automatically means that you are able to see Golok Vrindavan everywhere. So back home, back to Godhead is not there. Back home, back to Godhead is actually in the service.
Okay.
Right? Eventually, we should see Krishna everywhere. Vasudeva Sarvamiti. Yomam Pashyati Sarvatra. So wherever you see Krishna, it has to be Golok. So that is why they don't mind. Back home, back to Godhead actually means back home, back to service.
Okay. Understood.
That's why Narayana Parasarve Na Kutashana Bibhyati Swarga Apavarga Narakeshu. Now, when who are completely unflinching devotees of Krishna, they don't care for anything, whether it is Swargaloka, Narakloka, it doesn't matter to them. They are able to do service anywhere. Hope that helps now.
Thanks, Guruji.
So, any other questions, comments before we quickly go to yes, Sarojini Mataji, yes.
Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Yes, Mataji.
If we consider every, every situation, every circumstances, Krishna's mercy, then we should not go and pray for asking mercy at all. Like
you can go and ask. Go and ask for others.
Okay.
We don't have to worry about ourselves. It's always about others, right? When you feel that that is what Prabhupada was praying. He was telling that Pankine Bhagavad Dharma, no, I am only worried about these people who are in the lower modes of passion and ignorance. They are enjoying their life, thinking that nothing more is there in this life. So you please give your mercy to them.
So if we want to ask for others' mercy, first we need to feel that I already have enough mercy of Krishna.
Exactly. So, I mean, really what they will do is that while praying to Krishna for that, actually, the other way of asking Krishna is that, Krishna, please give me the mood that I have so much mercy with me that I should give enough to others from my mercy. That is why we go and preach. That is why we go and do book distribution. That is why we go and give prasadam to others. Right? Or in other words, I am fully confident that Krishna will give his mercy to me. Even if he has not given me yet, he will definitely give me. So I don't have to worry about asking. That's what Prahlad Maharaj is also praying. No? He says, I have no problem. Tadvirya Gayana Mahamrita Magna Chitta. I am completely absorbed in your glorification, you absorb in your katha. Sochetato Vimuka Chetas Indriyartha. These people are turned away from your glorification. That is why they have no way out from this world. So Maya Sukhaya Baramuddohato Vimudan. They are carrying that Maya Sukha, so much burden they are carrying, thinking that that is the most important thing in life. I want to give your mercy to them. So please make me an instrument to give your mercy to them. That is what it means. So when we keep giving to others, then Krishna will keep supplying to us. They were distributing prasadam also, no? You will be fasting in the during Janmashtami or Balram Purnima, whatever. But when you see that long queue in the temple when we distribute prasadam, Seeing them taking prasadam, you feel so happy. That is Krishna's real mercy to us. You know, Krishna's real mercy is when you nandanti tava ihitam janaha. When you see others being happy in doing devotional, becoming happy because of devotional service, and you are happy for that, then that is the real mercy of Krishna. Then we can understand that Krishna has already given us his mercy and eagerness to go and give to them, to others. If I keep on thinking that I am suffering, where will I have the even the mood to go and give to others? See, others are suffering, right? That's why I never ask anybody to pray for me, or even for anybody, because I know, I mean, if you see that others require more prayers than us, then we will be praying for them than asking others, please pray for me, please pray for me. Why ask others? They themselves are in so much trouble. And one thing also my Guru Maharaj always said this is that you should try to always understand that everybody is in difficulty. That is real devotional service. When we actually have these eyes to see others' difficulty, not others' faults, but others' difficulties, then automatically our compassion will come. When we stop seeing others' difficulty, but seeing others' opulence, then where will there be compassion? So that is how it works, Mataji. We can pray for others. We have to, in fact, not we can, we have to pray to Krishna for others. That somehow or other, make them understand that, not that give your mercy to them, but make them understand your mercy, appreciate your mercy. It is already there with them. They just have to appreciate it. Some who open their eyes. Helps, Mataji?
Yes, Prabhu.
Like even when my mother was actually few days before she had this surgery, so she was feeling a bit sad at that point. At one point, she was asking, "Can you can we ask Guru Maharaj to? Can we inform this to Guru Maharaj and ask him to pray for us? Pray for me." Then I told her immediately that he himself is going through so many surgeries and is in hospitalized. So is it really is it really correct to ask him for mercy? As a disciple, it naturally comes to us, but it is not the right thing to do. So you just take courage from him that how many surgeries he has to go through, how many treatments and things he had to go through, but still he wants to give Krishna's mercy to everybody. That is where we should take courage from. And I told him, and she felt happy. And also I told her one other similar incident happened when my Guru Maharaj was in his last days, and my godbrother Devakinandan Prabhu, he was traveling from Singapore to Mumbai, where Maharaj was in the hospital. So at that time he was traveling, and before he was leaving, his mother-in-law was just out of innocence, she was telling this, that please request Maharaj to pray for all of us. But then Prabhu was very upset with that, and he told me that I was very upset with this. I told him that, is this the time to ask him to pray for you? Is it not that we should be praying for him instead of asking him to pray for us? Is he like what do you call a crucifixion, that he has to take all our sins and suffer for already he is suffering because of our sinful activities only. So by their prayers, already they are praying by default, that is there. But our mood should be that, I should behave well so that my Guru Maharaj doesn't suffer anymore because of my sins. That is very clearly documented, no? That both Shastras as well as Prabhupada said many times that the Guru suffers because of the disciples' actions, right? So I told her this, but it is very interesting how things panned out. That after that, one of our devotees here in Chennai, Avatarini Mataji, she was talking to me, and she was asking me how is mother doing and all that. I just told her this, and she then told me, I will give you Maharaj's ID. You please write this thing to Maharaj, and the devotees will read it out to Maharaj, and he will. I said, I don't want to pray to ask Maharaj to pray, but I will just ask for his blessing so that my mother can continue her service as much as she can to the best of her ability. Then that's how I wrote. And then surprisingly enough, Maharaj sent a reply saying that I am really praying for your thing to Prahlad Nrsingadev. Don't worry, everything will be all right. And then not only that, one more our senior devotees here, Sri Rangakrishna Prabhu and Radhika Mataji, he told them to come and visit my mother and on his behalf and convey his wishes for her for speedy recovery and all that. We never expected these things, but what I'm saying is that irrespective of what we do, the Guru is always constantly praying for everyone. This is not the only case. Maharaj tells his disciples, personal servants every day that tell me any of my disciples, anybody is in difficulty, I will pray for them. And he is giving clickers left, right, and center to the doctors and nurses there, it seems, in the hospital. They can't carry the bead bag every day, everywhere. No. So he chants in the clicker and he says, come on, you take this clicker and you chant in the car, wherever you want. So that is clickerization is just giving, such an amazing thing, really. We should really get inspired by such great souls. I know, we can't even understand, because one thing is their age is body, health, everything is different, which we have not gone through it. Slowly maybe we are going through, but we have not yet gone through it. But in that state also, when they are thinking about everybody's welfare, how much is their intensity for distributing Krishna's mercy to everyone? And traveling everywhere in that condition, bodily condition, and traveling everywhere, it's inconceivable, really. So, sorry, Suresh Prabhu.
Prabhuji, thank you very much for sharing that wonderful message of Jayapataka Swami Maharaj, and he's so concerned with the disciples' problems and all that. So wonderful, Prabhu. Actually, we are all that mercy of the Guru and Lord is floating in the air, but we don't know the frequency, how to tap it, and we don't know the frequency. We don't know how antenna to sense that mercy, that it is there. So with your, I think this enlightenment, we get some kind of closer to that frequency, and we may tap it, and maybe we realize it. And now, instead of all the time anchoring for our own mercy, our own problems, our own issues, we should, as you suggested, we should pray for others. Automatically, we will get our problems will automatically solved, and we will be elevated. That's what I feel.
Very true, Prabhu. Very, very true. So was I not on video so far? I know I forgot switching it on. Anyway. So that is very true, Prabhu. Devotional service is all about thinking for others. That verse, Brahmana Samadrik Shanto, we did discuss that some time ago, isn't it? Can you bring up this shloka, Prabhu? It's in 1441, Prabhu. It's a very nice shloka. Brahmana Samadrik Shanto. Dhinanam samupekshakaha sravate brahmatasyapi bhinna bhandat payoyata. See, this is a very important quality that that when Vena was he was killed, but at that time no king was there. So the thieves, robbers, they all became very they encouraged, and they started doing more and more looting and robbing. So it really inconvenienced the general people very much, the general mass of people very much. So the sages who actually cursed Vena to death, they were actually feeling like this, that Samadrak Shanta. Samadrak Shanta means they are completely Samadrak. They see everything equally, and so they are completely Shanta. So Just because I am equanimous and I am some Shanta doesn't mean that my job ends there. Even though I am happy because of my equanimity and equipoise and peacefulness and everything, Deenanam Samupekshakaha, they should not neglect those who are really poor. Poor means they are struggling in their life, not just poor in wealth, they're struggling in their life. Sravate Brahmadasya. If you don't show your compassion to others, then what happens is Sravate Brahma Tasyapi. Whatever spiritual opulence, the tejas you have developed because of your, sincere sadhanas and whatever, that will all go away slowly. Like a cracked pot, water in a cracked pot leaks away slowly without our knowledge. No, binda bandhat payo yatha. Like that, if we stop being merciful, even after cultivating or even after doing so much of sadhana and ritual, whatever thing that we may be following, principles, four regulative principles, everything. At the end of the day, if that mercy is not there, then our spiritual power and all will slowly get dissipated, just like the water leaks in the crack. Very important shloka to understand where it actually ends. So this is what they are saying. Even though we are happy, irrespective of how many robbers or sages or thieves or whoever may come, we are happy doing our devotional service. That's not the end of it. We have to show our karuna to others. Deenanam Samupekshaka. We should never do that. So this is what our spiritual masters, Prabhupada, and all the acharyas, they all follow. And we have to also do the same thing to carry on that torchlight, to help others. Thank you for this. Shiva Prabhu, I think you'll have to delay your question to Wednesday, Prabhu. Extremely sorry. We discussed his points, and we even couldn't touch 1515 also. Maybe you'll have to do it on Wednesday, Krishna Valley. Yes,
Prabhuji,
yes, Prabhu.
anyway, today's class was fully enriching. So,
your questions are making it enriching. Your realizations and questions are very nice. I really enjoy these nice questions. And your question is also, I was going to say that it is going to reveal another Pandora box of treasure box for us from Bhagavatam. And I will discuss with you offline, or message in the WhatsApp also. There's two ways of looking at it. We will see to that on Wednesday. You have any other question or anything, Prabhu, in the meantime?
Prabhuji, Wednesdays. Oh, okay. This Wednesday is a holiday. I mean,
Wednesday
next
is a
Wednesday
holiday.
is Krishna Jayanti.
Yeah. No, that we will adjust. Don't worry.
Okay.
This Wednesday only, this one day before Balram Purnima, no? 30th should be fine. I think, yes, Chansalpati Prabhu, I saw you raising. Yes, Prabhu.
Prabhuji, in this slok, as you said, we still not his duty to neglect poor humans. Means we are saying that we should be compassionate toward. This is if we go on normal terms toward general people. Sometimes it happens that we become compassionate and we try to help, and they misutilize us.
You mean to say general people, when you are compassionate
General
with
people.
them, they misuse us.
Compassionate towards general people, or only
they misuse us. They misuse us. Correct. Yes.
So in that case, we have to take our step back. Then what is that? How we can understand that?
Well, Prabhu, if it depends on the situations and the cases, Prabhu. It's like sometimes they may cheat us, but we have to be stern when that being stern and making them understand that they should not be exploiting others is also one form of the mercy. Okay, but at the same time, it should not be with our too much attachment, because of our too much attached to our wealth or possession or whatever. You understand what I'm saying? If suppose somebody is cheating me of money, if my being very strict with him is because of hey, my money is gone, I have to get it back, that kind of a mood, then that will not help me in any way, because I am again with all this spiritual knowledge and everything, I have not given up my attachment to money. Just taking that example, or possession, whatever, right? But at the same time, if I am detached from money, but at the same time I see it as they are cheating Krishna's property, and that person has to be made to understand that this is you can't cheat Krishna's money, you will get the reaction. That is also our mercy. We stop him from doing any more sins, isn't it? If you become very lenient and say, okay, you cheat me, then another person, he will go and cheat another person, another person. That is also there, no problem. So being assertive is not not wrong, as long as it is without attachment to our possessions. You understand? If I see that, suppose I have a house, somebody comes and I allow them to stay for some time, and then they come, they thank and they go, that is fine, because what am I going to do with a big space, right? On the other hand, if that person comes and she say he has a good place, okay, like every time I come, I will have to spend. I have a place to stay, so I will better make use of his place, and I do everything. I don't care for anything. I put on the fan, or I open the doors and go away without without caring for other things. Then you have to tell him. You cannot be saying, oh, if I tell him, he will feel bad. I'm not merciful. So we have to understand what is exactly mercy. Like Prabhupada says that, your person is drowning, worried about his dress being wet is not the real mercy. We have to take him out completely, right? So there is nothing wrong in making a person understand that, hey, this is not your property. You are utilizing someone else's property. So you better act up properly. On the other hand, I should not think that, hey, I have struggled so hard to build this house, and this person is coming and destroying my house. If I feel like that, then that is out of attachment. So I will not develop the humility and tolerance as a result. You got that point, Prabhu?
Hare Krishna Prabhu, in this regard, I would like to add one example here,
Yes,
how to look
Prabhu.
at it.
Yes, Prabhu.
For example, Prabhu, we have in our temple Bhakti Vriksha, there is one devotee. In fact, he is an initiated devotee. During the Corona time, he lost his job, and in fact, we helped with some Lakshmi. Okay. Even I'm not expecting to return it back. But at the same time, when he got, after Corona, he got the job, when he has money, he purchased a TV and mobile and other things. So I did not tell him anything, but how
your
to
money
look at
got,
that.
if you had that money, you would have purchased, we could have at least purchased all these things. Just kidding, you
how
would
to look
not,
at
but
it,
I'm just.
even in fact, he's a devotee. So I don't know. So I did not tell him how to convey. I mean,
No,
I'm
my
not looking
point
for
is,
my money back, but
my point is, Prabhu, see, my point is, after getting to know this, you are feeling bad, isn't it? You means
yes,
anyone else in
yes.
that place will feel bad, right? When you are in that stage of feeling bad when someone is exploiting us, you can't tell them. If you don't feel bad for someone else exploiting us, that is the really exalted state of existence where you don't care. Your own, you don't worry about your own house or anything. You are completely Paramahamsa, Avaduta, or whatever. Then you don't have to tell, right? It is not affecting you anyway.
No, I am feeling bad because it is disturbing his own sadhana only.
No. That is not the. Don't no. You just tell that you are not doing it properly. Don't be that compassion is it can come later, like because if you go and tell him that Prabhu, it's your sadhana that is going to be disturbed by your doing like this, he will say, you don't worry about my sadhana. I know how to pray to Krishna. That is the kind of thing. So it will be a double what do you call bumper hit for you. You just tell him that you should not do this, Prabhu. This is someone else's property. You got it, and now you are doing buying all these things, which means you have money. You're supposed to give it back to me. It's not your hard-earned money. I have given my hard-earned money. This is why it's very important to set the expectations whenever we are giving something to others. In Quran also it is said, my Maharaj used to say that he took this best lesson from Quran, that don't get any money, don't ask for any money from others, or don't give anything to others. And if you are giving to others, you should do it either in these two ways. One is you have a proper either in a mail or whatever return, whatever way, you should make it clear that after some time he has to give it back to you. That is one way of doing it. Second way is you just forget about it. You just think that it is only, I am just giving it to you as my charity. That's what Maharaj used to say, that if he asks for 10,000 rupees, I will not give 10,000. I will just give him 2,000 rupees and tell that this is not my money. It is, I have given it as gift to you. You don't have to return it to me. So that way you are saved 80,000 rupees, and he is also happy that he doesn't have to return that. So that way it is out of your mind. After that, that person also will not disturb you. This money also will not disturb you. But because we haven't said that whatever mutual agreement or whatever that is there, we are always disturbed. Do you understand that problem, Prabhu? Now we assumed that he will use it in the right way, or he will give it back to me, and he assumed that this person will not ask, and he thought he will not care if I buy anything else. So both sides there is a lot of assumptions, and so whenever we assume, we make an ass of you and me. That's what is the word assume says. It's ass of you and me. You make you also a fool, I also a fool. So that should never happen. That's why Maharaj always said that you either have a clear-cut agreement, and whenever others have to give Lakshmi, you just make sure that it is clearly agreed upon. If for some reason you feel like not asking from them, then you keep it in your mind that that is a charity money. Whatever they do, that's their money now, not my money anymore. I've given, and it's not my money anymore. That way you remember, then you are happy. You are happy, isn't it? Prabhu, we are putting this FD, RD, and all in so many places, or put some investments in so many places, right? They give an agreement, whether it is any banks for that matter. They give this agreement, after 5 years, your money will be returned. Every month you have a monthly interest I will give you, or quarterly interest. Like that, they have a return agreement. On the exact on the day when the money is coming, because of that agreement, we don't have any, it's not in our mind, isn't it? That money is not, you don't think about the money also, you don't think about the interest also. It is just in the bank and it keeps coming because of the agreement, mutual agreement, correct? So you also are confident that the other person will obey the agreement, and he also obeys it. Then no problem. But whenever it comes with this mutual familiarity or acquaintance and all that, make it very clear. Either of these two ways. Either put a clear-cut agreement that by this so and so time it has to be returned, or tell him that you just take it, it's your money anymore. I don't have anything to do with it. This way we can be. The problem, Prabhu, it's not the money. The problem is not the person's behavior. The problem is it is still sitting in our mind. That is the problem. It is occupying our mind.
And Prabhu,
And Krishna is not there.
That
Yes,
is
Prabhu.
disturbing our sadhana much more.
Yes, exactly, Prabhu. That is our real problem. Right?
Prabhu, I totally forgot about. I am not expecting also that money, but only when I remembered when he told he purchased a TV for his son.
No, that is what. But which means it is in your what do you call in your
Back of the mind.
No, it is in your recycle bin, not yet gone out of the hard disk. You went and you retracted it back in the actual folder. Anytime it comes back to our mind, it means it is there in the bottom, no, Prabhu. It is just that person came and stirred it, right? And then all the thing, Kashayanam, no, it just came up. So, and so much that, it's still not, we are still not able to be convinced that how can he get the money? No, all is because you didn't tell him very clearly. Now you go and tell him that, Prabhu, what you did is wrong. And then you come back home, you will feel very peaceful. Because you are not able to tell him and he is continuing to enjoy your money, and still that is in your bank account, the mental bank account of yours. Physical bank account, it is in his, whatever. It is still mentally in our thing. So that is where these things occupy our mind, and we are not able to focus even for a few seconds with Bhagavatam or chanting. So we have to come out of it. Shiva Prabhu, raise your hand, na? I see you raise your hand. Yes, Prabhu.
Yes, Prabhuji. So regarding this money topic, whenever we exchange a money, we get back some service or other products or something else. We do not give money just for freely, unless it's for devotion or a donation something. If he simply pick up somebody else pocket out of money, is he going to what is give exchanged in return? If somebody picks
the somebody from
money, he has to give something else like service or some work labor.
Yeah, something in exchange.
If he is not going to exchange anything, then what will be Krishna's plan for
who has to exchange? The person who is receiving the money.
Yes, correct. He has to give something in return.
Yeah, but not everybody in this world is either intelligent enough or grateful enough to give it back. Very few only will do it. That is why one who is giving should have this mentality that I don't expect anything from others, but I am just giving it to the others just freely. That's it. That's it.
Correct.
Whether they even know that I am the person who is giving it, or whether they know how much difficulty I have faced before I do this charity or whatever, that is immaterial to me. My point is, even if they don't thank me or remember me, it doesn't matter. As long as they remember Krishna somehow or other, their life becomes a little easy to become Krishna conscious. They will not be immediately become Krishna conscious, but maybe it will give them an opportunity. That is good enough for me.
A follow-up question, Prabhuji. So assume the two persons are not at all Krishna related. They are purely material people. If somebody picks the money from the other person, what is he going to give in return? Krishna will always have a plan, right? Even if he doesn't return, but Krishna will have a plan for him to return something. Is he going to take his karma something or
yeah, obviously, if he is not being grateful, what he is going to carry is the karma of that money. Like, for example, Antaryami Prabhu's case, he got the money, that devotee, he got a phone or TV or whatever for his son. So that karma, the reaction, that reactionary work is there, no? That he has to carry that for his life.
Nice.
Right? So he has to carry that.
So can we think if we have lost our money to somebody else, we have also squared off some karma, or we should not think about it?
No, so that's what that money going to someone and they are cheating you. It means and as long as you forget that money, it means the karma attached with that money is gone. Okay. If you keep remembering that, hey, that's my money, then the karma attached with that money is still there with us.
Nice.
Money is with him, but see the crazy situation. Money is with him, karma is with me.
So we have lost both.
You can't take one scoop of ice cream also from that money. Because it is in his pocket. But keeping on remembering that it's my money, that karma is with me. And the way this karma is affecting me is it is stopping me from Bhagavatam. That is the biggest loss I have. That one every moment that is going away.
So if somebody is forcefully picking from us, then we should happily give it away and forget it. And continue with that.
Yeah, I mean, just I understand that it's not your money. If you
fine.
I mean, if you have the power to tell him, you just go and tell him that this is my money, you have to give it back. But if he's like government is taking so much of our money away, Prabhu, we
Yes,
don't
yes, that's
say a
what.
single word to them, isn't it?
Correct. That's what I
Knowingly, we
used
are
to.
being cheated.
That's what
Prabhuji,
I
in
used the word
the
forcefully. Okay.
Yeah. Sorry, someone was saying something. Yes, Prabhu.
Prabhuji, even the banks are unable to get their money back, so they have account called NPA.
Yeah.
So
Non-performing.
So in the
Yeah.
similar way, we also have to think that our investment was
Write-off.
bad.
They call it
Yeah,
as
right.
write-off.
Yeah, correct. NPA.
Yeah. NPA. Non-performing asset, they call it. You give loan and they don't give it back, no? And then they just say, okay, just leave it alone. We'll get from somewhere else.
Just assume
So
that it was a bad investment. That's it.
it's a bad investment. That's all. It's not supposed to be with you.
So Prabhuji, that means we should not give money. We should give whatever necessity things we should buy and give it to them.
Yeah, wherever possible, that is the best way. Like somebody coming and asking for money, you can give them prasadam. If they accept the prasadam, that is good enough. Radhanath Maharaj always used to say that always carry some amount of prasadam, some dry prasadam with you. Anybody on the street coming and asking something, immediately he used to give that thing. You would be very angry when somebody is asking and you don't have anything to give. That is one way of doing the, by giving Mahaprasadam, at least we are bringing them a little bit more closer to Krishna. But there are times when people would need money, genuinely they would be needing money, and it's okay to give. They even if they are not in a position to give immediately, it's okay. What are we going to do with that money? Let them do it. They are genuine people, means if they are like really genuine about their situation, and they don't even tell you that they have this problem, or they are like very hesitant and shy of telling you or asking you for this thing. So it's in we see, in Tamil also we have this statement that look at the character of the person and you give the charity. And Piyush Prabhu also, I mean, that's one of my favorite shlokas. He has quoted that in our chat that 6:10:6, So this is how the Vedic life always worked. First of all, one who is coming and asking for something from others, they should feel very shy of asking. Swartha Paraloka. He himself is suffering so much. I am coming and asking him for this. We talked about the health part. This is the wealth part. So he doesn't understand others' pain. That is why he going and asking others. Or the person who is in a position to give, he should give even before the person comes to ask. You see, in this case, both in Sudama and Krishna's case, both of them didn't utter a single word. And both of them did the thing without doing it silently, isn't it? Sudama never asked a single thing. Of course, he knew Krishna does not have any sankatam, but the thing is, he didn't even want to utter a single word to Krishna. Though he came with that idea, he didn't ask anything from him. Similarly, Krishna also didn't utter a single word asking him, you are in difficulty, what is your, what can I do for you? Nothing he asked. But before Sudama reached home, everything was done. Silently it was done. Right? That is how it is. That's the best example for this. So this one shloka, if you follow as principle, we will be completely free of all these things, all these thoughts in our mind. Then we'll say, devotees are cheating, this, that. Sorry, Prabhu, go ahead.
Hare Krishna. Prabhu,
Yes.
I heard somewhere, I don't know where, that
Yes,
Krishna did not say anything to Sudama that I'm going to give it to you, because Krishna had much more and he was giving such a small thing to him.
Yeah, it is there in Bhagavatam, Prabhu. He felt very shy and upset. I mean, he was very ashamed of himself that my dear friend, my devotee is coming all the way, bringing this for me, and I didn't even to return to his to return his love. I don't have, even if I give all that I have, still it will not be equal to what that two handful of that chipped rice.
No, not Prabhu, not that way, Prabhu. Krishna understood that I have so much and I'm going to give him very, very little, which is, below my standard actually.
No, actually, Bhagavatam says it this way, Prabhu. What Bhagavatam says is Krishna felt so ashamed that whatever I give in this world is not equal to his love. So that is why he gave it silently. Like the rain gods give the rain to the farmers. That the same example is used in that particular chapter. If you read Sudama's pastime, you will see that in the night rain silently pours the water. Like they are doing so much hard work, right? The farmers, but we are not doing any big thing in return. So silently, I am doing this. Let's say yajna. The farmers, they are doing the best yajna by digging the land and all those things, that cultivation and everything. So the Indra Devata, he says that I cannot repay to them for whatever prescribed duties that they are so hard work they are doing. So silently, I will do this so that nobody will know when I am doing it. So I mean, you have a gift to give, but that is not of a good standard. You will not go and give it to that person directly. You will say, give it to someone else or keep it silently in somewhere like that. So Krishna also felt that same way, that whatever I give is not even 1% equal to 1% equal to Sudama's loving gift. So I think the only way I can do it is before he reaches, I should just get it done and keep silent about it. He will not come all the way again to Dwarka to thank me. So he has to walk all the way again to thank me. So that's okay. Thank you, Prabhu. That's how Bhagavatam I read Prabhu this way. So, it's very nice.
Prabhu,
Thank
also,
you.
that is one of the best example.
Hmm.
Krishna knows what devotees wants, and also devotees does everything for Krishna's pleasure.
Yeah, and they know that Krishna knows
Yeah.
what I want. And
Yes, so that no need to ask, and at the same time, he is giving for the Krishna's pleasure, whatever he is having.
Exactly. That's the
Best
beautiful
example. Yeah.
This is such a nice mood of bhakti, Like if you just see, Krishna knows everything. Oh, yes, Krishna knows everything. Why am I going to tell all these things to him? All the problems? Let me just ask him how Krishna is doing. That is why if you go to Tirupati, when you come out, Balaji's form will never be in our mind. I mean, that form which you see, it will never be in our mind. You know why? Because when we go there, we always go and tell Krishna, I have this problem. You please do this. You please do that. He's resting only 1 hour in a whole day. Rest of the time he's only standing. All the time he's standing only. He's giving darshan to everybody. We should at least how can I serve Krishna? Your legs must be paining for standing for so long. You are continuously standing, and nobody is caring for you to give you. Of course, they offer all prasadam and everything, but everything he has to take standing only. He can't sit and take at all. Ranganath at least is lying down and taking. Or Laddu Gopal at least is sitting down, whatever. But Balaji is standing, and we don't ask him, Krishna, what can I do for you? Is so much kripa you have, daya you have on your devotees, that you are willing to stand all day, just 365 days a year, you're standing. Even there can be bandh, there can be holidays and all those things for us. Does Balaji have any day holiday? He doesn't have anything, no holidays at all. So we should at least feel this, Krishna is so merciful. That way we will be able to keep him in our mind. His form will be there in our mind longer. Right? So the problem is the exchange of love, pure unmotivated love. Very nice discussion points from Shiva Prabhu has quoted this Tirukural quote also. It is worth millions not to beg, even from the precious ones who delight in giving. Beautiful, huh? Real nice. I think Sri Vidya Mataji also shared some nice Tirukural quotes which are very similar to which have this relevance with our Bhagavad Gita. So maybe you should have a collection of those things also. Thank you for that, Prabhu. Maybe we should put it in please put this in the group, Prabhu, along with the actual verse also. We'll stop here. Nice discussions. I think we took some 10 more minutes to discuss this further on this point. So much to really relish. Thank you. And I'm sorry that we couldn't cover Shiva Prabhu's question and also 1515, but I think it's a very enlightening discussion today. Hare Krishna. Granthra Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Srila Gurudev ki jai, Nitya Gautam Hare Hari Hari Bhagwan Chakapadaram Yascha, Kripa Sindhubhya Vacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavabhyo. Hare Krishna.
Vaishnava Bhaktivinoda ki